before they busted through their corral, this is where I was gonna put them. This is generally where we kind of quarantine, so to speak, any new animals that come to the farm, which isn't too often. And honestly, this might be the last time we ever bring different animals onto our farm. But this is woven wire fenced with a hot wire on top, and I'll tell you, that is hotter than a priest on Sunday. Peace and joy, guys. Welcome back to another video, Drumheller Farms. Hey, today is a big day for the farm because we're bringing some more cattle on the farm today. If you're following along on the channel, you know last year we had a really bad calf crop. Not going to get into the details again on what that all happened there, but basically what it means is next year our harvests are going to be very low. So we found another grass-fed farm that has an abundance of stockers, which basically means yearling cattle. These cattle were born, you know, they're right around a year to 9 months old, and they want to get rid of them. So we're gonna bring them on. We're gonna run them on our grass for a year or a little more, and in hopes of finishing them out sometime next year, summer, fall, just depending on their age. So come along with us today. I appreciate you watching the video. This morning I got to do some cattle chores, and Bubba, you're going on the wrong side there, dude. This little bull here, he's turning into a nice little bull. Look at his neck's really filling out, and I think he's gonna turn into a great herd sire for us. But I gotta move cattle. I got a little bit of chicken chores to do, and then we're gonna load up the trailer and go through some scales and get a weight on us, and pick up some more cattle. Appreciate you watching. Let's go. Some of you might be wondering, what are you doing buying more cattle? Thought you guys were about to hit a level 2 drought where you're at, and we are. We're definitely in a drought, and it's one of those things that we thought about for a long time. Basically, it goes down to this. We're a direct-to-consumer farm, and we sell somewhere around 2.5 beefs every month. Not necessarily in that order, but throughout the year, if you figure it out, it's somewhere around 2.5 a month. Well, what that means is if we don't have product to sell, we're not making any money, and we're not keeping our customers satisfied as well. And that's really where this all goes to. My decision to bring more cattle on the farm was, well, if next year we don't have anything to sell and we lose customers, I would rather pick up a little more hay if I absolutely had to, and make an investment up front to keep the customer satisfied. Now, that means our profitability on each cow will be a little less if we end up having to feed hay this year. But this far, the way we're managing through this drought, I believe we're gonna get right through it. We've been catching a couple small rains here and there. There's a 50% chance today. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I hope it is. But, you know, we're just gonna hope we hit those timely rains, and, you know, hope that we have beef to sell next year. That's what it really comes down to. Now, we do pride ourselves in being a cow to calf operation, which means calves are born on our farm and they don't leave our farm until their one bad day when they go to the processor. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, And when you have a bad calf crop, it's going to affect you in a couple of years. So I reached out to several different farmers in our area, and even not so far in our area, to try to find us some finishing cattle, something that we can bring on our farm, run them on our grass for a year or so, and finish them out into some beautiful Drumheller Farms grass-fed beef. That wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Everybody claims to be grass-fed, and you know, although they're correct, most cattle eat grass at some point in their life. They're not 100% grass-fed, and everybody seems to want to use grain to move their cattle or to keep them coming up to the barnyard, or I don't understand it. But it took a few attempts to find somebody and a couple visits to some different farms before we realized that finding some good grass-fed beef to bring on our farm is gonna be a little tougher than what we thought. We're ready to go. Hopping on the scales here, see how much our rig weighs. Here at Bailey's Sand and Gravel. You guys have been here before if you're following along on the channel, because we haul a lot of material in and out of this pit. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to weigh our truck and trailer, and then once we get the cattle in here, we'll come back and we'll weigh the cattle in the trailer and do a little math equation. That's how much we're going to pay for the cattle, is by the pound. I don't know. I'm not used to this, so she'll come right out to us.
Not what we're used to dealing with.
I thought I was going to get it. I turned around and ran as fast as I could.
I couldn't see everything that was happening from here.
That's the problem with those black ones.
I don't know, honey. Crazy.
All right, well, we're just leaving the farm where we got these cattle from, and I gotta tell you, these cattle are worked up.
To put it mildly.
I'm a little nervous on what we're just picked up. I mean, they're great looking cattle, and we came out here and seen them, and nobody seemed sketchy the first time we were here, so I'm hoping it's just a matter of
Them castrating a week ago.
they castrated a week ago in that same pen, and he said that they were pretty worked up going back in there. So I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens. We prayed for wisdom before we come here, you know, but I don't know, see what happens when we let them out of the trailer. Hopefully we're not on a chase for cattle at this point.
Well, we didn't get to record everything that we really wanted to, but as far as unloading goes, Bruce and his son Steve both came over, wanted to kind of check out the farm, see our operation, see what we had going on, see where we were unloading them to, you know, make sure that everything got settled the way it needs to be, which we can appreciate. We're gonna keep them in this corral system here for a good day or two, just let them settle down, before we put them into some grass over here and get them trained on a 1-wire, single wire, hot wire. Gonna give them some water, gonna give them some hay, and just let them kind of continue to chill out here. We're supposed to get some rain. It's been pretty breezy, so we're praying that the rain does come. We got a few hour window where we're expecting to get some, so we'll see what happens. Keep that grass growing. Didn't even grab a knife, so we'll see about opening up these bales here with the screw. It worked. Nathan went back into work, and when he sees I got hay all in the back of the gator, I don't think he's going to be real impressed with me. Let's get a little closer view of these guys. Thinking by coming around this way, I can maybe give them a little push towards their hay and water. It looks like it worked. Those are some nice looking steers. 9 steers, 1 heifer. Looks like they're gonna head over to the hay I just put out for them. Still pretty skittish. Definitely have not settled in yet. But they're doing a lot better than they were when we had to corral them and put them in the trailer, that's for sure. As always, thank you for following along on the channel. We really appreciate you guys coming along. God bless. Peace and joy. We'll see you guys next time. What happened?
Well, I was out here to string a hose. I was across at the other farm getting a hose, and I heard a big bang. I was like, that doesn't sound good. I don't know what happened, but these things got out. That's what happened. And man, they're just so sketchy, man. They're not like our cattle. They've not been worked. They've not been, I don't even know if this is gonna do anything. So let me give you a recap of what's happened here over the past week. We needed some more finishing cattle, so we visited a few different farms. Felt pretty comfortable with the farm that we went with. Bought 10 steers that are yearlings that we're gonna run on our land for a little over a year to finish them and to be sold as Drumheller grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Now, we brought those cattle here and it was a cluster. They were very high-strung, very worked up. Come to find out, the producer did not wean the cattle till the day we picked them up, which explains the reason why they busted through our very nice corral system. And through some more fencing, I was able to get a couple of them off from what wasn't even our property. Needless to say, we end up having to put those cattle with our heifer herd, which I was not happy about doing, but something we kind of basically had to do to get them to calm down and to get some sense back in their brains. So we brought them with our heifer herd, and here we are about to cross farms, bring the rest of the herd around, and I need to get those steers away from my heifers so I can integrate them with the big herd. They've kind of just calmed down, and to be completely honest with you, the last thing I want to do is work them again. But you know, I'm basically at a point where I have to get them worked. I have to get them integrated with the rest of this herd, because this herd's gonna be knocking on their doorstep so to speak, in a matter of a couple days.
There we go. Nobody's gonna bite you.
No.
There we go. That's right. Okay, you want to swing that shot?
Those two.
Nope, right. Okay.
All right.
Come on.
Okay. What we probably want to do real quick, like,
Secure everything.
secure everything.
Coming this way with no tag.
These, hang on a minute. Here, I think we got one too many people here.
I see that one.
This one right here cannot go.
Okay.
All right, those ones can go. Those ones can go.
Alright, kid. Well, yeah, welcome.
Right?
How about that one? That second one in.
I think so. Let me just double
You only
check.
got four more.
She's a heifer, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 2 or 3 here that don't have tags, but if they're heifers, we should. I don't really trust these guys a whole lot, so if it looks like they're coming at you, I'd hop the fence.
Alright.
I got a long-haired one. Don't let that one through.
Right, I see him. Got the brown one, the one with the horns. Take a step towards Nathan.
All right, now I'll start maybe getting some of them back to me here. Oh,
Yep,
oh,
get those
oh,
4.
oh, oh. All right, go ahead.
Come on.
Let's get these 4 right here. Oh, here. Back up just a little bit. I think that's it.
I think that's 12 on this side. Woo-hoo.
I just want to make sure none of these are heifers.
Right. You don't have an extra chain here, do you? Well, let me get one off this.
All right. I'd call that a success. Filling up their water right now. They've got a beautiful paddock here that is where I plan to put them the next day before they busted through their corral. This is where I was going to put them. This is generally where we kind of quarantine, so to speak, any new animals that come to the farm, which isn't too often, and honestly this might be the last time we ever bring different animals onto our farm. But this is woven wire fenced with a hot wire on top, and I'll tell you that is hotter than a priest on Sunday. We're talking about 10,000 volts on that thing. So I did divide this into 2 paddocks with a single strand temporary line, just trying to still get them trained and to understand that that is a hot wire. And on the other side of this paddock is the road, so I divided it in such a fashion that they would have the back half, and that'd just be one more deterrent from them getting along the roadside, which I don't think they would get through this, but again, just a deterrent. All right, there they are. Great paddock for them. Fully secured, shade, they're all set. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Hit that subscribe button, follow along, because the next adventure is getting these things integrated with the rest of the herd, and hopefully that won't be a problem. Thanks for watching. God bless.